Aren't you tired of boring and predictable podcasts? Remember the movie Groundhog Day? Ugh. The only thing predictable about this show is that we're guzzling booze. Count on it. This is the Appleboys podcast. Appleboys.us. If it's NFTs, music festivals, sporting events, strip clubs, current events, or masturbation techniques. Did I read that right? There's more than one? Fueled by, but not sponsored by, Miller Lite. This is the Appleboys podcast. Now your hosts, Josh, Corey, Rob, and Jimmy. Rob has issues. Just saying, bro.
What's up, everybody? It's Josh from the Appleboys podcast, live from Studio 42O. We're at Jimmy's house because Jimmy's back. What's up, Jimmy?
I'm fucking back, bitches.
Bitches! What?
Bitches. Yeah.
Welcome back, Jimmy. I'm glad you're alive. We thought you were going to
Josh.
die for a little while.
I'm still dying with my voice, but other than that, I feel totally fine.
Well, we were all dying on the inside without you being here. I will say, though, I'm gonna give you a little inside info since you don't listen to our podcast.
True.
In the last episode, we got to the intro part and you weren't there.
Right.
And we said that if you weren't back this week, we were going to have to write you out of the credits.
Why are you telling me this?
The only reason we said that, though, is because we knew you'd be back. We had absolute faith that you would be back, and we're so glad you are.
Wow.
Welcome back, Jimmy.
It means a lot. Thank you.
Welcome back, Jimmy.
Very good.
What's up, Rob?
Hey, Rob is here and ready to fuck once again.
I like that. Let's fuck,
Yeah.
but not each other.
Oh.
Or each other.
Just the tip.
Just for a second. Just see how it feels. Or ouch, you're on my hair.
No.
No.
All up in there.
So,
Sorry,
Rob,
Bob.
Hello.
I know you're used to being number 3, and tonight you were number 3. So congratulations on being number 3. But tonight,
Thank you.
I'd like for you to be Robert. Could you be Robert tonight?
If you want me to be Robert, you can call me whatever you want.
The reason I want you to be Robert is because Corey is not here tonight. And in his stead, instead of him, in his stead, we have
Thanks for explaining that.
guest host on the return visit. You might know him as Wet Ass Peggy Rob. It's Rob the Pogman. Rob, what's up, Rob?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Thanks for having me back. I really appreciate it. It was fun the first time, and I'm excited to do it again.
Welcome back. That intro was electric. That felt like a Pat McAfee moment for me.
I liked it.
I liked it too.
I feel a buzz.
It was a bit WWE. It was good.
Well, Pat McAfee has joined the WWE, so
yeah.
there we go.
Speaking of buzzed, what did you bring here, Josh, before we started?
So let me tell you something you don't know about
Okay.
before I got here.
Got it.
Sometimes when I'm headed to the studio, about to record, I don't get nervous, but I want to put on a good show for the people.
Right.
So I have butterflies.
Okay.
You know, it's not nervous in the same way that you would be nervous, but like you're about to give a speech in front of a lot of people. But it's just like I want to perform well.
Right.
I want to put out a good product. It's important to me that the podcast is good. And so to help with that, I like to loosen things up a little bit. I like to
Sure.
lubricate.
All right.
So normally the way that looks is we all get together at like Applebee's, for example, and have a quick picture, also known as QP.
For example, it's always Applebee's.
Yeah, it's usually always Applebee's. And then we come to the studio and
We get to work.
And sometimes it works out well, and sometimes the QP turns into 2 QPs. And then things just go
And then
downhill quickly.
2 becomes 3, and then we can't drive home.
And that's why we have a Patreon, so you can view the bonus episodes.
Yeah, so
Yep.
for example, if you want to hear us get fucked up, subscribe to the premium shit.
Like really fucked up.
Yeah, we paywall that shit.
Yeah.
There's a reason behind it.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not subscribed. How fucked up do you get? Like,
It's pretty bad.
okay.
I threw up in one of the episodes.
Yeah, it was a pretty early one.
In about an hour, you might find out what a bonus episode's like.
All right.
That's true. So after I left work tonight, I knew that we were recording, and I was very excited because we were going to have a guest host, someone that I'm very fond of, Wet Ass Peggy Rob.
Thank you.
I'm not going to be able to keep calling you that the whole night. But
No, we need a different flight name. And Robert, if you feel more comfortable by going by Rob, man, I will take whatever alias I need to.
I can honestly, I think Bobby makes sense for you because of the King of the Hill tie-in. But I can take Robert, and you can take Rob. That's fine.
Damn it, Bobby. Bobby. Let's do that.
Josh, did I send you that picture of Coach of the Hill?
You did.
That T-shirt.
I love that so much.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
God, it's good.
So anyway, I left work tonight, and I knew that Bobby was coming over, and I knew that we were recording at a foreign studio that we've never been to before, and I figured it would take a while to get everything set up. So I decided to stop on the way home and have a couple brewskis, and the local bar is doing Voice Off right now, which is a local version of The Voice. So basically they've got this like stage in the corner of the bar, and they've got these people that are literally standing outside waiting to come in so that they don't get seen by the judges. And they've got judges in these like just normal bar chairs facing away from the stage. And they have these people come up and they sing. And when they sing, if the judges like them, they literally like stand up and turn their chair around, and then they sit back down. It's so fucking funny.
That's awesome. I don't know where this is happening, but I want to go.
And
Me
then
too.
after, apparently, like it's this whole competition. It's gonna be going on for a whole season, so we can definitely do this like one Saturday soon.
Record a podcast there.
Yeah, for sure. But anyway, I intended to just walk in, have a couple quick beers, and walk back out. But there was some shit going down. So I listened to a few songs, and it was fascinating. And let me tell you, the talent screening on NBC's version of The Voice must be significantly more stringent than the talent screening for this local iteration, because
I can imagine.
boy howdy, it was not great. It was funny though. It was funny.
How many people were there? Is it a good like people watching opportunity, or
It was a full house.
other than the people singing? Granted,
It was a full house. I don't remember what movie it was, but do you remember Woo Girls? Like, do you guys know what Woo
Yeah.
Girls are?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was a house full of Woo Girls and their Dapper Dans.
The Woo Girls.
Yeah. There were tables full of them, and people would be up singing like ass, and in the background you would hear girls like, woo! But
Just
at a much higher pitch.
The gentle woos in the background.
No gentle.
Woo.
No, it was hardcore. Hardcore woos.
So, as you guys know, I'm in sales, and as a salesperson in the lowly hierarchy in comparison to the rest of the company, I have these weekly check-ins with my boss, and I have to do what are called one-on-ones with my boss.
How do those go? Are you like good at sales? I have no idea what you do.
I sell propane and propane accessories.
Oh.
You keep it up, you're gonna be selling cocaine and cocaine accessories. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's the normal path here.
that's more.
That'd be a lot more profitable.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. So I have to do these one-on-ones with my boss, and it's a weekly thing. And normally the one-on-ones are not great because while I am good at sales, I'm very, very lazy about organizational stuff, and it catches up to me pretty quickly. And my boss is kind of a dick about it. So this one, I went in guns a-blazing because I was fucking ready. You ever go into a meeting and you're like, I got this?
I remember you
there's no
talking
problem.
about like how you couldn't hang out with me because you were too busy organizing your shit.
That is true. Yeah, I had to turn down 2 separate hangout meetings, one with Corey and one with Jimmy, because I was working that hard.
That's very responsible of you, Rob.
Well,
Thank you.
it's
Sounds
mostly because he was
stressful.
playing video games for most of the day. And it was like, oh, fuck, this is like tomorrow.
That sounds right. That sounds fair.
It got done either way. So I went in to this meeting pretty cocky, and I was like, I'm prepared. I know what to do, and I thought I'd make it fun for me and try to pull a fast one on my boss, and I don't think he noticed. So we use a customer relationship management software called Salesforce, and Salesforce is one word, and
Everyone knows what Salesforce is.
It's the biggest CRM in the world.
whatever, man. So we use Salesforce, and I had an operation, and this operation was planned in, and I wrote it out, and the content of the operation was great, but the name of the operation was Salesforce Unusable, Clean, Keep It Tidy, also known as Operation S.U.K.I.T. And I thought that was hilarious.
That is really funny.
And I don't think my boss noticed during the one-on-one, but I wanted to say something so badly, and I was like, I better not poke the bear.
You should totally say something next time you see him.
Okay, I'll try to remember. But either way, the one-on-one went great. It was a very good experience, whereas most of them are pretty shitty. Make me feel bad about myself. But Operation S.U.K.I.T was a great success, and I'm here to tell the tale another day.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like that big dick energy. Just feeling it going in.
So how did the meeting go? Obviously, if you went in that cocky, do you feel like when you left the meeting, you were basically a member of D-Generation X saying,
Oh, yeah.
suck it?
Oh, yeah. I might as well have gone out of the meeting and just full on, like, did the X Factor thing and just went to town. But overall, it was pretty strong. Pretty strong showing. It was one of my most prepared one-on-ones ever, and it turns out if you actually prepare for them, they actually go pretty smoothly.
Huh.
But yeah, overall, great success. Do you guys have any crazy work stories from recently?
I don't have a crazy work story, but I have a crazy Appleboys story.
I like those.
All right.
So, first of all, I want to start it out with a shout out. All right. So, sometimes we shout out our paid subscribers, patrons, premium subscribers, whatever we want to call them.
Yeah.
Sometimes we shout out our Discord members. Sometimes we shout out Jimmy's mom. Pretty frequently shout out Jimmy's mom. Shout out Jimmy's mom.
Shout out Jimmy's mom.
Shout out Jimmy's mom.
Tonight I have a shout out for a Twitter user. What do you call a Twitter user? Do you call him a twatter?
Yeah, twatter.
One who tweets.
That's the official term. Twatter.
Is it a tweeter?
Probably not.
That's
a bird.
Tweeter sounds more appropriate than twatter.
It is certainly twatter.
All right, so shout out to the twatter at Retro Blockchain. That's RetroBlockChain.
It's retro.
It's
block
organic.
Chain, like a fence.
But all one word. And
All one word.
All lowercase for you boomers out there who think that case matters.
Case doesn't matter?
Case does not matter except in passwords.
Oh, shit.
You feel like you had something to say there, Rob?
No, news to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy's name is Adam Balkwell. Thank you, Adam Balkwell.
Thank you, Adam Balkwell. Retro Blockchain is a Twitter account that I initially interacted with whenever the clash of POG NFTs and the Appleboys podcast happened in real life. So many of you may remember way back in episode 1, in August of the year of our Lord 2021.
Yeah.
We talked about my grand plan to be the POG master of the NFT world. I registered pogs.eth. We talked about I was reaching out to the copyright holders and I was trying to get all this shit off the ground. And one day I was on Twitter and I don't remember how I stumbled across it, but basically Pogs NFTs became a thing. And one of the first people to interact with Pogs NFTs, besides the actual account and me, was this Retro Blockchain guy. And I'm going to be honest with you. I actually thought, so I tweeted about the Pogs NFTs within 24 hours of them announcing the project. And I think it's because I had the World Federation of Pogs Twitter account followed, and I had push notifications on, so I would get a notification if they ever tweeted anything.
Yeah.
And I think I was one of 60 followers that Twitter account had because they never tweeted. Like, I don't think they had a tweet since like 1968 or something.
Oh, wow.
And
Impressive.
so
That's old.
they tweeted that they have this project coming up. Follow it. I followed it. I retweeted. I did all these things. And one of the first people to interact with me was this retro blockchain thing. And they actually followed me or liked the tweet or something. I remember distinctly seeing the name and thinking, for some reason, this huge Pogs brand has decided to put their new Pog NFT on a blockchain that I've never heard of called Retro Blockchain.
Yeah.
And I wonder what other brands will be on there. I'm sure it's going to be things like Ren and Stimpy, Rocco's Modern Life, all the 90s classics. Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Real Monsters.
Nickelodeon Guts.
Rugrats.
Doug.
Hey Arnold.
Yep. Clarissa Explains It All.
All Real Monsters.
Oh, man.
He already said All Real Monsters.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad.
Hey,
That's
dude.
okay. I'm glad you confirmed it for me.
Hey, dude.
I was born in 97, so I got the tail end of most of these shows.
Salute your shorts.
Salute Your Shorts was great. Camp on Awana. We hold
Keenan
you in
and
our
Kel.
hearts.
Does that count?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that.
Did some
Okay.
of SpongeBob come out in the 90s?
Listen,
It started in like
if you were
99.
born in 97, you didn't get any of that because you were 3 when the 90s were over.
No, some of those shows were still on Nickelodeon. Like, I know,
Okay.
like,
I bet he knows Wild Thornberries.
yeah, I know 75%
I
of
love
those.
the Wild Thornberries.
Me too.
Angry Beavers.
I knew that one.
Angry Beaver.
Yeah, that was a fucking slapper of a show.
Cat Dog.
Cat Dog's great too. Cat Dog.
Cat Dog. Living in the world with a little cat dog.
Man, we should do an episode where we talk about movies and TV.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, I agree.
But
How have we
tonight
not done
is
that
not
yet?
that episode.
How have you not done that already?
I know.
It's like, it's
wild.
every episode.
That's a really good question. So it's fine. It is who we are. We are a podcast about true crime, 90s, marijuana, beer, smoking pot,
What are you talking about?
doing dabs,
Chief in the Chong.
Chief in the Chong.
What's a dib?
I don't know.
Aren't those like those chocolate covered ice cream things?
Back to what I was saying. Shout out at Retro Blockchain.
It's a Dippin' Dot.
And the reason I'm shouting out at Retro Blockchain is because recently, as we've mentioned before on 2 episodes ago, we've re-engaged in the social media strategy. We've been tweeting at people, engaging with people, retweeting people, following accounts, getting engaged with the community. And Pog's NFT is on the verge of releasing. It's happening soon. And so I clipped a portion of our first episode about the Pogs, and I tweeted about it, and then I posted it in the Pogs Discord. And Retro Blockchain has taken this and has completely run with it. So he retweeted it, he's liked it, he's engaged with a bunch of our posts, and now tonight, just as we were coming onto the show, he created this NBA Top Shot giveaway where he's giving away a pack of NBA Top Shot moments in exchange for people following the Appleboys podcast Twitter account, retweeting the tweet about our first episode with the clip about the Pogs, and then tweeting at Miller Lite with hashtag MillerTime to draw more attention to our daily tweet quest, which as of today is at day 242, to get Miller Lite to follow us on Twitter. So we have currently tweeted at Miller Lite 242 consecutive days asking for a follow, to which we have been liked a couple times, responded to maybe once or twice, never retweeted, never followed,
Shunned,
never give up.
Shunned constantly.
Never give up.
Yeah. Never surrender.
It sounds like if this guy were a Venn diagram, he would be the Appleboys in the middle. Like, he just seems to encompass a lot of the things that you guys support.
I agree.
I think so. I would very, very much like an opportunity to be at an Applebee's to buy him a pitcher of Miller Lite.
Same.
With the Applebee's gift card that I got from buying the Applebee's NFT.
You still have some of that left?
I have a lot of that left.
That's shocking.
Yeah.
I mean,
that just tells you how cheap the Miller Lite is at Applebee's.
I was going to say, you go to Applebee's and you can get like fucking 10 Miller Lights for $10.
You know what you're not going to get when you go to Applebee's?
Good beer?
Fucking food, buddy.
That's
You're not
true.
going to order food when you go to Applebee's.
That's true.
Unless it's a Maple Butter Blondie, which are brought to you by the Appleboys. You're welcome, America.
Yeah, I think initially a side of fries and then a maple butter blondie is the move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, those Maple Butter Blondies are...
Their fries are good.
Very good. And thank you, Josh, for harassing Applebee's corporate until they came back.
If I'm good at anything in this life,
It's
I was
harassing
given
people.
any skill when I was born, it was the ability to harass incessantly.
You're like a digital Karen.
I am. I'm digital Karen Josh.
I'm happy you do it in a non-violent way. I appreciate that part of it.
He did send anthrax to the Applebee's corporate headquarters.
It's true.
That's not true. Definitely did not do that.
Not true.
It was really
Which is
impressive.
true.
Yeah. But either way, it came back, and that's in at least part to do with the 3 different letters that you sent to Applebee's corporate.
Those were handwritten too. It was not one of those things where I typed it out in Microsoft Word, printed it, and then just signed it lazily. Like loose leaf paper, left-handed, smearing the ink across the side of my hand, which for all of you left-handed listeners, you understand my pain. Handwritten letters to Applebee's corporate to bring back the maple butter blondie. You're fucking welcome.
Did you sign your age on it? Do they know this wasn't written by like a 12-year-old or?
They know because of how
Eloquent
and articulate I am and how verbose
Those
my
are a lot of big
lexicon
words, bro.
is.
They were probably reading this shit, and they were like, God damn, this 13-year-old has really good vocabulary. Impressive.
Do you put circles above your lowercase i's?
No, I don't.
This
But
is
I
a special
should.
young man. We should bring this back.
Hey, actually though, fucking A, let's talk about vocabulary for just a second.
Okay.
All right. So this is my first time ever. I've known Jimmy for a long time. It's my first time ever coming to Studio 420. Never been to Jimmy's Casa before.
It's true.
Casa de Jimmy. And to shout out Jake, one of my bros from the Instagram Live the other night,
Does he work for State Farm?
I'm going to use a word
No.
that he used.
Khakis.
The roads coming into this house are an amalgamation of just fucked up shit. One of the roads that I drove across was literally a parking lot of a gas station, but it was a road on my Google Maps. I drove by like a drive-through window of a donut shop that's attached to a gas station to get to your house. And then as I'm coming around the bend, there's like 4 roads that converge together in a way that does not indicate that anyone on any of those 4 roads should stop or even yield for one another. It looks to me as if the thought process is there will never be enough traffic on this road for this to be an issue. So these guys are just going to fucking figure it out, bud.
Right.
Yeah, there is truly a figure-it-out mentality to this backwood area, that's for sure.
It's weird. I do like your place, though, Jimmy. It's very nice.
Thank you.
It's very nice. So I have a question for you guys. Speaking of
I'm ready.
making this a movie and music and pop culture TV episode, I really wish Corey was here because Corey is my age and Corey is of similar taste to me when it comes to movies and TV show for the most part. But if you had to choose only one of these absolute bangers of 80s movies to keep and the other 2 never existed, which one would you choose and why?
I feel like I might not know either of these, judging from what you're saying.
There's going to be 3.
There's going to be 3.
Either 3.
Number 1, The Never-Ending Story.
Okay. Fuck
Betray you.
Number 2,
Fuck that movie.
Labyrinth. Number 3, The Princess Bride.
This is very, very obvious.
Very obvious for me as well.
Okay.
Princess Bride.
Yeah.
No question.
Princess Bride is the only one of those 3 that I've actually seen.
Oh.
Fuck you,
So-
Rob.
Well,
Princess Bride it is.
This is way easier than it needed to be.
Neverending Story sucks so bad. That's the worst goddamn movie I've ever seen.
I mean, the nostalgia factor is real, but as far as actually like how good the movie is, with Jimmy on this one,
Worst goddamn movie I've ever seen.
there is an argument to be made for Labyrinth. There's no question there.
Yeah.
David Bowie,
Agreed.
bunch of puppets. It's a great time. But Princess Bride is iconic.
It is.
And
Like, people still reference it. Neverending Story is terrifying goddamn giant fucking...
the dog thing?
The dog thing. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes...
What does it say to you, though, that Wet Ass Peggy Rob is quoting The Neverending Story, having never seen The Never-Ending Story.
That is absolutely true. I have not seen that
So
movie.
it shows me that
I
it's-
know so many fucking
that dog
things about
thing
it.
is so fucked up that
True.
people that don't even know and don't even see the movie know how fucked up it is.
That dog is pretty fucked up. Man.
All right, so this is
Is it fucked up because of like the
it's so
like
long.
shitty
It's a long
puppets, or is it
No,
fucked up because it's
the
weird?
concept. Yeah,
Both.
Okay, the concept. Gotcha.
just a long dog that flies.
Yeah, so
I don't like that.
I feel like the two of you, and I'm pointing at OG Rob and Jimmy, you two should like the long ass dog because it is straight out of an acid trip, and you guys are like just you
No.
embody that.
what?
That's not how acid trips work.
No, it's not.
It sounds like a dragon, but with more fur.
It is.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Okay.
But it's like a Chinese dragon.
Right. Yeah,
like the
that's
long one.
sorry.
So my
Not a
girlfriend
fantasy dragon.
kept referencing this movie because she thinks my cat, which is right next to me currently, which is wonderful, by the way, looks like the fucked up dog thing. So we watched the movie because I'd never seen it before, and we got about 30 minutes in, and about 5 minutes of seeing this fucking dog thing, I was like, no, I can't do this anymore.
I think
I'm out.
I think there's
So you also haven't seen the movie?
I've seen about 45 minutes in the movie total.
so there was a cartoon series I think when I was a kid, and that was a real slapper. I like that a lot. But I watched the movie, and the movie be hitting different. That is
It do be
not
hitting
the
different.
same.
Is it like the same difference between like animated Ninja Turtles versus real Ninja
Ye-
Turtles?
that's
Like,
exactly
there's
what
a
it is.
Yes.
huge divide between the television show.
It's
and
like
the
Avatar: The
movies.
Last Airbender, and then the Netflix adaptation, real life Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to need some of my new podcast bros. This is Josh.
Hey,
from
Josh.
the Appleboys podcast. I'm going to need some of my new podcast bros from other podcasts that are people of similar age to me. So this is like
90.
the Bleach Bros,
Oh, okay.
the Dads on Dayquil, aka the Daddy Daycares, the Top Dads, all these people that are like my age. Please
boomer
come
dads?
in and like give us some input on this poll because I feel like Princess Bride might be the winner. Like it might have been what I chose, but now I feel obligated to choose something different because there's no way it gets a clean sweep. These other two movies are so good.
So if you have 2 kids and you've refinanced your house, please respond.
Please.
Nice. But yeah, the Appleboys really want
Fuck
your
you,
opinion on this poll. Please let us know about this poll and how you feel about it.
So the 4 options when I put the poll on Twitter are going to be A, The Never-Ending Story, B, Labyrinth, 3, The Princess Bride, 4, fuck you, Jimmy.
I like 4. There's going to be like 85 votes for 4, and then like 10 votes for 3, and then 0 for the other.
That's
I like how it was AB34. That was my favorite part of the poll.
Me
That's how our
too.
studio
We gotta-
names go as well.
We got to switch it up. Yeah, we have Studio A, Studio
2.
Studio 420.
And Studio 3C
Yeah.
What is 3C?
upstairs at Rob's house.
I thought that was 2.
No, that's a Corey's house, isn't it? 3C.
No, Studio A is
Downstairs at
at
Rob's
Rob's house.
Yeah.
Studio B is Josh's house.
Oh,
Studio C3 is upstairs at Rob's house.
Got
And
it.
Studio 420 is your place.
because weed.
Yeah.
Hey, Rob.
Hey, Jimmy.
Remember when I first met you, we were both single?
Yep.
Did you ever pay for a dating app?
Like Tinder?
Yeah.
I had like the premium subscription, I think, for a little bit, yeah.
I was asking that rhetorically because we both had Tinder Gold.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We both just like screen share our phones to the TVs and just go to town, swiping left and right.
That was a weird time, man.
It was a great time.
Yeah, it was strange.
So, hypothetically,
Yeah.
you own a monkey NFT
Yep.
and you see this ad that says, Monkey NFT guy, meet sexy bitches on this app. Are you going to join?
I mean, if I was a homosexual, probably.
Well, keep that shit in. I don't know how to segue from that, but so
Wait, hold on. Can I explain myself?
yeah, I want you to explain.
Before
Please
we
do.
think that Robert's a bigot,
Yeah, go on.
I feel like disproportionately a larger quantity of men own Bored Apes than women. So if I was a homosexual, I'd probably do very well in that atmosphere.
I can't see. Okay, this might be also a little bit bigoted, but I can't see gay guys owning NFTs. I feel like it's exclusively straight white males that own NFTs. Do you guys agree?
No.
I think white is a little presumptuous. I think there's...
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think there's plenty of other colors of the rainbow out there that own NFTs.
I definitely think it's male driven though.
Absolutely male
that
driven.
part makes total sense.
So the statistics lead to that conclusion because recently there was a shutdown of a NFT app made exclusively for the Bored Ape Club for dating. It was shut down because it was extremely disproportionately male.
Well, I mean, that makes sense.
Not surprising. From what I understand, most dating websites have like a lot of the females that are on it are bots anyway. Like you're not every single person on it is a real person anyway.
Sure. Yeah, it makes sense.
Can I say something that's potentially going to be controversial?
On the Appleboys podcast, anytime.
This doesn't go to the internet, so we're probably fine. You can
It
always
is
edit it later.
air-gapped, Class A, servo-biased, Apex on board preamp podcast mixer.
There it is. Now you just need to sing, and we're good to go.
Can I just say that I maintained eye contact with you the entire time that I said that, so I did not read that. I have come along with the memorization.
Thank you.
So this is potentially controversial. I apologize if you find controversy in this, but
Oh no.
I believe that if you are a woman
Oh no.
with a vagina, no matter what you look like, you can get it anytime you want it.
Hmm.
So you can go somewhere and you can find someone and you can get it in.
That's fair.
If you are a man, that is not necessarily the case.
Do you take issue with this?
There are men out there who, if money is not involved, will not ever have sex.
I mean, even without the money part, I mean, that's also still true because I don't know. There's some sleazy dudes out there.
Yeah, but there's some skanky women too. But I mean, all I'm saying is that a woman who wants to have sex can go out to any bar in America and go home and have sex that night with like a scientific, what do you call it when you have a probability that's high enough to where you call it 100% even though it's not? Like a 99.996%. It's like there's a word for it.
Oh, man. Yeah.
It's not, the word is not amalgamation.
No.
It's a different word.
Confidence interval?
Sure.
95% confidence interval.
There's a really high confidence interval that you're going to get fucked if you want to get fucked.
Yeah, I mean,
Not the case.
I don't think that's terribly controversial. I think
With
that's
men.
pretty accurate.
It's pretty accurate.
Definitely not the case with men. No one wants to see a dick.
No
Like,
pee-pee.
Real talk. Like if you're out there sending dick pictures and you're like, oh, this will get them going. No.
That's true. You always think it's a good idea, and then it's like, it didn't really take the way I thought it would.
Even if you've got like a monster schlong, like,
But how do they know that at the bar?
yeah, I mean, you can see it.
What?
It's called BDE. It's an aura. Big dick energy. It's just all around you.
Huh.
Or really tight pants.
Yeah. Or that.
That's Rob and Rob's strategy.
Skinny jeans, buddy.
Show the
See,
sausage.
I always wear skinny jeans, but skinny jeans are like normal jeans on me.
Because you're small.
Small.
I think it's pronounced small.
What I was getting at is the ratio of women who can get laid to men that can get laid is much in favor of women. And so when it comes to dating apps, if you have a niche dating app,
You better attract the women.
the only thing you're shrinking is your woman audience, not your man audience, right?
Right.
Because the men will go on all of them, whatever it takes to get it in.
Defending NFTs, I see.
Yeah, it's not the NFT's fault. NFTs are great.
I think that you've accidentally stumbled upon a crazy revelation. And that revelation is that we need to, like, if we start some sort of NFT that's like heavily geared towards females, we'll probably be fucking absolutely rich.
Pussy Riot already started that. You guys know who Pussy Riot is?
Can you say that word?
Pussy Riot.
No, I don't know who Pussy Riot is.
It's a
They're,
band.
they're a Russian band that's very...
Hello, we are Pussy Riot. We come to play music for you.
Well, it's all women, so probably not quite like that.
No.
Hello, we are Pussy Riot. We come to play music for you.
That's not better.
They're a pretty significant activist group, and they started a pretty successful NFT.
It's like Russian lady Rage Against the Machine.
I
Yeah.
like that.
It's pretty accurate.
Was that a
Yeah.
combination of activist and advocate?
Advocatist.
So the part we didn't get to when Josh came to my house is that he brought these things that are basically Four Locos, but are like off-brand. And I am powerful.
Jimmy has had half of a original Club Tales Bahama
That's not
Mama.
half. Go fuck yourself. I had the whole goddamn thing.
That would get him, though, just half of one of those.
Yeah, it's all I need. That's a brag. You guys have to pay so much money to get fucked up.
You're not wrong.
True.
I have like 4 beers and I'm ready to go.
It's actually only about $25 for me, which is the cost of 1 bottle of Agua De Bolivia.
What is Agua De Bolivia?
You don't want to know, son.
Tell him.
Is that the green shit?
It is the green shit, yeah.
I've had that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agua de Bolivia
Water
is,
of Bolivia?
Yeah, it's an herbal liqueur that's like mildly sweet, but it is coca leaf extract is going to be like the main driving ingredient in that, and it is potent.
It's like liquid cocaine.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds like they were trying to go for that.
It's great.
It tastes really good, and it is
banned. Robert's banned from it, actually.
Probably a good idea that I don't drink it anymore.
So he was like, St. Patrick's Day, great idea. We'll have this green drink, and I'll drink a lot of it. Didn't go super well.
Nope, and that's all we need to talk about that.
So, like, where can you get it so that I know where to avoid
You can get
going?
it in any liquor store.
Total Wine.
Total Wine.
Good.
It's in a green bottle. It's
Yeah.
green.
You do like legitimately have to be a little careful with that though, because it will it is deceptive.
It creeps up
because
on you.
It's not like
It doesn't
caffeinated.
taste good though.
Oh, it does.
It does not.
It's okay. So the first time I had it, I hadn't hung out with Rob in a little while, and I was like, "Hey man, we're having this New Year's Eve party. You want to come over?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure. I'll swing by."
Yeah.
Motherfucker shows up with 4 bottles of Agua de Bolivia, and there's like 10 people there. And
Yeah, it was like 10 people that like just turned 21.
yeah, and the bottles were gone by the end of the night. And I don't smoke cigarettes, but I feel like I smoked a pack that night.
That's not accurate.
That's how powerful it gets you.
I've had Agua de Bolivia,
Bolivia.
and it's fine.
You also don't have the BMI of like a ferret.
That's true, but neither does Rob.
That's fair.
Well, I really like the taste.
I don't. I really like the taste of like Fireball.
I'm a
It's a
Fireball guy.
I have some on the
I'm a
bar cart over there.
cinnamon whiskey.
Don't mind if I do.
It's good stuff.
Quote
Not
unquote.
yet.
Quote unquote
Come
whiskey.
back. No, wait, stop. Jimmy's going to get me a Fireball shot.
I like that.
You said come back.
But yeah, the Agua de Bolivia is Rob. You should try it just to see what we're talking about.
Do you have any here?
No,
So I was on Twitter the other day. It's a pretty common theme. Been on Twitter a lot lately.
Right?
And I run across this tweet from Riley Reid.
How'd you come upon that tweet?
It was trending. It wasn't
Come
trending, but it
upon.
was like trending in my interest group.
Who's your interest group?
Other podcasts about guys that drink and fucking talk about whatever bullshit that comes up.
Okay, that's
Riley
fair.
Reid enthusiast.
Yeah, sounds like it.
So her Twitter handle, if you want to go follow her, is @RileyReidX3, and she has 2.2 million followers, one of which is not me.
Pull that shit up.
All right, so the tweet says, "I want to do more podcasts. Who's down to have me on?" And then it has the little side eyes emoji. You know the one?
Yep.
So I'm gonna tell on myself a little bit here. I was driving when I came across this tweet. I was at a stoplight, and it was a red light, and I was stopped. I think Jimmy and Rob are looking at Riley Reid's Twitter right now, and it is explicit, to say the least. But driving down the road at a stoplight, tweet pops up. I see it, says she wants to have more people on. And I thought to myself, if she came onto the Appleboys podcast, she might turn us into Apple Men.
How would she do that?
I'm not sure, but I feel like a porn star that comes onto the podcast is going to figure out a way to turn us from Apple Boys to Apple Men, right? You agree? No? You don't agree?
Like
Right.
when you
No, that's fair.
You guys don't agree. That's fair. That's
No,
fine. That's fine.
no. We'll
You don't
always,
have to agree just to make me feel better.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying we'll always be Apple Boys at heart, but we'd have to be Apple Men with Riley around.
All right. So you just said something, and I appreciate you saying it. You didn't know that you were helping me out, but you were. So you said we'll always be Apple Boys at heart. So, Rob, I want to ask you first. What does it mean to you to be an Apple Boy?
When I think about being an Apple Boy, I think about apples and boys, but it's deeper than that too. really what it means to be an Appleboy is to not think before you speak sometimes. And sometimes that comes out well and sometimes it doesn't. But really, we're all family here. And at the end of the day, Josh, you're like a stepfather to me. Not like a real dad, but like a stepfather. I don't know what having a real dad is like, though.
It's like one of those videos.
Yeah.
Where your
Really
stepdad.
don't like that you're calling me your stepdad after talking about Riley Reid. But
Help,
okay.
help, stepdaddy, I'm stuck. Yeah. It's one of those kind of deals, man. And I really like that about you. Because I know that if I ever get stuck for real, you'll fuck me.
I really hate that I looked at your crotch accidentally while you were saying that.
Yeah, these shorts are a little short, sorry.
Man,
Accidentally.
this website's something else.
Twitter.com. Hey, Jimmy.
There's a link.
Twitter, do you have to be... the fuck? Do you have to be 18 to be on Twitter now?
I don't think so.
Is that
no.
a thing?
Hey, Jimmy.
Hey.
Can you stop browsing Riley Reid's Twitter for long enough to answer this question?
Yeah.
What does being an Appleboy mean to you?
Drunk.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you for your input. I really appreciate that.
Means a lot.
Hey, Wet Ass Peggy Rob. There's a thing, right? So if you go on our Discord at discord.gg/Appleboys, you'll see that there are 4 people that are titled the Appleboys, right? So the original Appleboys, the people who started the podcast, it's Josh, Corey, Rob, and Jimmy, right? But I really feel like anyone who's ever come on as a guest, anyone who's ever subscribed on Patreon, anyone who's ever followed us on Twitter at Appleboys Pod, they're all Appleboys in one way or another. So for you, this now being your second time being a guest on the Appleboys podcast, what does being an Appleboy mean to you?
Well, I really appreciate that introduction. That's a deep question, Josh. I'm just happy to be able to hang out with guys that I call bros. I kind of wish you were called Apple Men so that I could be an Apple Boy to your men, but I know that that's not really the case. And I don't want to be an Apple Baby. That sounds fucked up.
Yeah, we'll get into some trouble there.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, I'm just excited to be here and listen to your guys' podcast for a while and appreciate just to be a part of it.
Well, we appreciate you being here as well. As I was, the question popped up out of nowhere, and I sort of was driving down the road reflecting on the question, and like sort of stupid, sort of funny. I'm thinking about Riley Reid turning us from Appleboys to Applemen, and I'm thinking about like, what does being an Appleboy mean, right? And I started thinking about the time that we started the podcast, right? So we're in pandemic times, and we've been in the pandemic for a little while, but at the point when we started at the very least, at the point where we really seriously started talking about starting a podcast, I think all of us were not really working in our normal capacities, right? So we weren't interacting with people on a regular basis, and we weren't sure what our futures were going to hold and things like that. And then we all sort of got, things started coming back to normal. We all sort of went back into our normal work rhythms, and things were different than they had been before. And I take most of the aspects of my life very seriously. I take being a good father and a good husband very seriously. I take being a professional in my career very seriously, and put a lot of pressure on myself to do a good job in everything that I do. And when it comes to this podcast, for me, it was sort of an emotional outlet, right? So it's an opportunity for me to be myself, not my whole self, because the professional work version of me and the loving father, husband version of me, those are real parts of who I am, right? But everything that happens on this podcast is part of who I am as well.
Yeah.
Right? So this is like an outlet for me to express this part of myself. And
I'm really excited to hear how this ties into the porn star.
it ties into the porn star because this thought originated from that thought.
Nice.
You understand?
I understand.
Like that thought posted, this thought happened. You get it?
I get it, but I don't like it.
You don't have to like it. What I'm saying is that for me, this podcast is helping with my emotional health.
Sure.
It is an outlet for me to be this version of myself that I can't necessarily be at work.
Right.
I can't necessarily be at home, but it's inside of me.
Sure.
Wants to get out. And
Kind of like cum.
you folks that are listening, you get to get it. So congratulations.
Yep.
This went exactly the way I wanted it to. By the way.
Josh,
Yeah,
when Josh is on the podcast, he's coming.
I'm always
all
coming.
the time.
He comes hard, man.
I come everywhere.
I just want to know like what the chain of thought was that got you here. Because like, were you like?
I just told you.
Were you on?
No, listen. I'm driving down the road, and
you had Riley Reid on the mind?
no, no, I didn't.
Okay.
So I'm driving down the road. My Twitter app is open. My phone is in my little console area.
All right.
I pull to a stoplight because I never look at my phone unless I'm at a full and complete stop.
And
Bullshit.
You're on the hub. Riley Reid's pulled up.
Refresh Twitter, and several of my podcast bros, such as the Whiskey Hell podcast, the Bleach Bros podcast, the Dads on Dayquil podcast, the Porn Star Mustache People podcast. That's
Wait,
probably not the real name of it.
I was like, is that one real?
There is a Porn Stash something.
Okay.
It's a podcast where they review porn and porn parodies.
I like that.
Why didn't we do that?
Yeah.
We didn't
That
know.
sounds way better.
We didn't know about it at the time we did our shout outs and reviews episode. But anyway, several of my podcast bros had liked, commented, and interacted with this Riley Reid tweet about wanting to go on podcast. And they were all very thirsty.
Oh.
They were all like, we'll bleach your ass. That was the Bleach Bros.
Oh.
Well, that's really funny.
Put Dayquil in your drink. That was the Dads on Dayquil.
That's
We'll-
not real.
Yeah, it's not. That's
We'll
kinda
give you a
fucked up.
mustache ride. It's the Porn Stash people. Like, all of those people posted something to that ilk.
And you were like, you can turn
And I
this
saw
into
that,
Apple
and
Men.
I was like, how would Riley Reid fit into our podcast? And then that led into the shoot turn us from Appleboys to Apple Men, and that led to this whole chain of thoughts that is what we just talked about.
I see. Okay.
What I'm trying to say is thank you to you guys for doing this podcast with me, for giving me this outlet, and thank you for the listeners who are listening to me ramble on about this bullshit, about why we do this podcast.
And thank you to Riley Reid for being a real inspiration.
You're a muse.
Yep.
And amusing.
I totally thought you were going somewhere doing some sort of sexual act to Riley Reid with apples, and I was just not knowing how that was going to turn out.
She can bob for this apple any day.
Okay.
Yep.
So compared to where you thought it was going, how do you feel about where it went?
It's heartfelt.
I like the reflection.
Yeah.
Just being self-aware and understanding, like, you know, this is an outlet, and I'm totally down with that. I think that's cool.
This is like a chamber of reflection.
I agree.
Chamber 420.
Yes.
420.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's in it. It's
trying
a
to be-
letter O. Like
I'm trying to
Sesame
be
Street.
sleazy. It's my bad.
Mm-hmm.
So there's something that you guys, when I say you guys, I mean Jimmy and Rob, don't know. And that is that after we talked to Wet Ass Peggy Rob about coming on tonight, I gave him a little preview of what we might be talking about. And I texted him and said, hey, listen, one of the questions I'm going to ask is, what's your favorite between Neverending Story, Labyrinth, and Princess Bride? And he said, I've never seen any of those. And I said, it would be really good content if you watched all three of these last night before we record. So he was going to do that. Didn't work out. Couldn't find copies that were viable to watch of Labyrinth and Neverending Story. But all that being said, part of the conversation was he sent me pictures of these delicious looking hot dogs. So he had these hot dogs that had been cut in very fancy ways. They were put on very fancy looking buns with very fancy looking toppings. And that got me to thinking, Rob is and when I say Rob, I mean Wet Ass Peggy Rob, not OG Rob.
Robert.
Yeah, terrific cook. Sends me pictures of these bomb-ass Valentine's Day steaks, all these different delicious dishes that he cooks for his wife. So I thought, when I saw these hot dogs, I need to challenge Wet Ass Peggy Rob with the most obscure but also delicious chef's kiss recipe that he could possibly make. So I texted him and I said, listen, I have a challenge for you. I want you to make the most delicious peanut butter and jelly sandwich that has ever existed using only these ingredients.
The most obscure sandwich in the world.
And I told him white bread, peanut butter. I said it has to be crunchy, preferably. The extra crunchy Jif is the way to go, if possible.
Isn't it pronounced GIF?
No,
GIF.
it's JIF.
Oh.
Mom's like you.
Maybe it's like a soft J.
Choosy moms, choose Jif.
Yif.
Yep.
Yiffing.
If you yif in the If you yiff in the past, is it yeef?
Cut all of that.
What a transition.
What is yiffing?
Nope.
Literally Google what you think that would be spelled like.
Yep.
Why?
It's like jiffing with a Y, yeah.
What
Anyway.
is
Jimmy, you shouldn't do that.
I'll look it
It's-
up for him.
Oh, okay.
What is it?
He'll figure it out. It's fine.
Just go into incognito mode first.
Incognito's better.
I'm sorry, I don't know the internet as well as you guys do.
It's a dark place.
So
It's the combination of the words sniff and yell.
Nope.
All right. Is it about furries?
That one.
Cybersex between two or more members of the furry fandom. What's
Yep.
wrong with furries?
I mean,
what's wrong with furries?
nothing. It was just an interesting thing to come out of your mouth considering you didn't know exactly what that term referred to. That's
I knew exactly what I was doing.
And we're back. I just learned what yiffing is. It's apparently sex between two furries. Sorry, I didn't know that before, but any of you furries out there that are listening to us, congratulations on the sex. Yiff it up.
The Robs were here to educate. You're welcome.
Do we have a problem with yiffing?
no
No.
problem at all.
I think everyone in America should be free to yiff as they please.
For sure. It was just abstract. That's all.
Isn't that what Roe v. Wade is about?
Yiffing?
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah, there's a bunch of protests about that with the Supreme Court justice right now. There's signs outside of justices' homes
There's
about
some
the
kind of
yiffing.
document that was leaked that was like, no furries fucking on the internet.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that men shouldn't be writing laws about women's right to yiff.
That's what I've heard that too.
Anyway, Rob came through for me, is the point. Wet Ass Peggy Rob came in to Studio 420 carrying a griddle, a loaf of, the most choice white bread you've ever seen in your life. It was the perfect combination of fluffy and soft, light edges, like cooked but not cooked too much, also not cooked too little. Just a really good loaf of bread. And that's an art form. Like picking a good loaf of bread is not something that just anyone can do. If you do a Kroger click list, and you put bread on the list, that means you don't care about your bread.
That is true.
Because those motherfuckers are going to pick the worst loaf ever.
That's fair.
Have you ever bought bread with the Kroger Click List, whatever the fuck it
Thank
is?
you for fucking up the same thing I fucked up.
Whatever, man.
You want to say quick list.
Because it
it's
makes
so
more
quick.
sense. Yeah.
But it's a click list because you click to make the list.
That's
Thank
a
you.
mouthful.
Anyways, the bread is bad. It comes out looking like fucking someone sat on it and then kicked it.
I'm pretty convinced there's a directive from Mr. John Q. Kroger
Is that his name?
to the team that says, listen, motherfuckers, if people quick list you some bread, pick out the most stale shit that you're about to throw out and put it on their cart.
And step on
Because
it.
if you do that, then we don't have to throw it out. Then those motherfuckers get schooled.
I think that is true because I once got a bottle of almond milk that looked like the top had fucking imploded. Like it was inside of itself.
Yeah, fuck the quick list. You know what I mean? And the click list.
That motherfucker was an innie in belly button terms.
Anyway, so Wet Ass Peggy Rob comes in with a skillet, a choice loaf of white bread. Choice.
It is choice.
And unopened, it wasn't a pint. How much peanut butter?
I think it was like a pint.
8 ounces. It's like a half pint.
It's half
Yeah.
pint.
Okay.
Half pint of Jif extra crunchy peanut butter. So good. And then a half pint of Smucker's strawberry jam. Jam spreads better than jelly. There's a camp of jam truthers who think it also tastes better, and there are jelly truthers that think jelly is better. But either way, it's scientifically provable the jam spreads better, so I understand the choice there. And then, listen, there was some like Irish salted butter, some bananas, and the bananas I'm going to give a score up and a score down. All right? Score up, Wet Ass Peggy Rob picked these bananas on clearance, extra cheap. They were on their perfect day. So they were on the day that if you use these today, you'll be very happy you bought these bananas. If you use these tomorrow, fuck you, buddy. Bananas suck. That's what would happen. Didn't happen in this case because we used them today. So thank you, Rob, for picking the best bananas possible. And I walk in. I was the last one here tonight, and Wet Ass Peggy Rob was already cooking. I walk in and I see what's going on. I'm like, I'm very hopeful. This is going to be delicious. But I came up with the idea kind of as a joke. I didn't really think he was going to make me the best peanut butter jelly sandwich that's ever been made. So he gets it done, and it looked really good. It's a triple-decker sandwich. So what he did was the middle piece of bread, he toasted on both sides. So there's butter on both sides. It's toasted on both sides. It's the perfect crunch. It's not overdone, not over brown, but it's got a little real crunch to it. And then the outer pieces, he buttered one side of each piece. Perfect crunch on those as well. Left the outside soft, right? So you've got this inner double crunched piece with peanut butter that's extra crunchy, jam, bananas, and then this outer layer that's crunchy on the inside, soft on the outside. And when you bite into it, you get this transition from soft to crunchy that's just magical. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. And best peanut butter and jelly sandwich ever made.
It was real good. I had a
Full
bite.
stop. I cut it in half.
It's very good.
I ate half. The other half was split between Jimmy and OG Rob. And just incredible. Like, the execution is impeccable. And
Wait, I have a theory.
true artisan of your craft. What's your theory?
I think he laced these.
The sandwich?
The Sandos?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm feeling exceptionally powerful.
I don't know where you thought I bought the ingredients from, but I'm not going to fully disclose that information.
That was some peanut butter from Colorado.
Oh, God.
Side note, THC is dissolvable into oils, so, I mean, there's a theory that's working there, but I'm really glad to hear you liked it, Josh. You presented that challenge to me, and I just tried to take it and run with it. I'd never put bananas on a sandwich before like that, peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Jelly. I've done peanut butter sandwich. Like, I know that's an Elvis thing, right?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
bacon involved too.
See, I've never done bacon, but strawberries and bananas sounded good, and man, I'm glad you liked it. I had fun cooking it.
I really wish you had tried it. I know you said you didn't because you were full, but it was so good.
Yeah.
So the Appleboys podcast right now is like me and Mrs. Jones. We got a thing going on.
Yeah. I feel you.
And I feel like we've got some good stuff, right? So
Is Mrs. Jones like Mrs. Jackson?
No, because with Miss Jackson, you're sorry. With Mrs. Jones, you just got a thing going on. You're not sorry about it.
So you're not for real?
You're for real, but you're not sorry about it.
I see.
True.
Yeah,
You never meant to make your daughter cry.
true.
How many times did you apologize?
Several,
Like a trillion?
probably. Sounds right. What I'm trying to say is we talked about peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, except instead of jelly, it was jam, right?
Yep.
With banana, butter.
Yeah.
Butter. We talked about our buddy at Retro Blockchain. Thank you so much. As of right now, you have helped us pretty much double our Twitter follower count in one evening. So if we doubled it every time we record a podcast, then we would very quickly be the most popular account on the planet due to the power of compound interest.
Gotta love it.
Yep. And we talked about, what else did we talk about?
Riley Reid for an uncomfortable amount of time.
Yeah, we talked about what being an Appleboy means to us. That's right. Good call on that.
Operation S.U.K.I.T.
Yep. We talked about Rob trolling his boss.
Talked
That
about
was,
dating sites.
Something else. Dating sites.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We appreciate everyone being here. We're going to let the announcer guy give you all the socials, but we do want to call out specifically a couple things. We are now on Instagram, same handle as we are on Facebook and Twitter at AppleboysPod. We're not super active on Instagram, but we are way more active on there so far than we are on Facebook because
Fuck Facebook.
fuck Facebook. Jimmy is anti-boomer, anti-Facebook. So if you're listening to this podcast right now and you are a Facebook boomer like Corey, like just make the comment of your subscription. This money is only to contribute to Corey, and it'll be good. We'll allocate it appropriately.
I agree.
Zuckerberg is a robot.
I agree.
Agreed.
Is he a robot or an alien?
He's not human.
I thought he was a lizard.
Lizard bot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. But if you are going to subscribe to us in a premium fashion, you will get all sorts of amazing bonus content.
Josh just grabbed my foot.
I thought it was the cat.
What?
Oops, was that you?
Yeah. I thought that was the cat. Grab the wrong pussy.
Can the outro guy just do the outro, please? Shout out Riley Reid and Jimmy's mom.
Happy tonight.
You've been listening to the Appleboys podcast. I know. We're badass. We hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure to like, rate, and review. Thank you for listening, especially premium subscribers. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, hook up with us on Discord at discord.gg/Appleboys, on the website at appleboys.us, and Twitter and Facebook at AppleboysPod. Happy tonight.